guys, welcome back to my channel. This is MariaOzawa, and today I want to talk about this very hot topic because I've had so many questions about this and people would message me about this topic all the time. And since I always go to the Philippines, I've had one of my first year or second year, lots of people would ask me about this and if I'm related to them or if I knew any of them, and I honestly was very confused, like, why are you guys so interested, about it? But as more people that I know or meet, they are like saying it's one of Japanese like traditional history, and I agree, and I think it's like rules half the Japan popularity. So I think I kind of understand why it's very famous in different countries. And what I want to talk about is about Japanese Yakuza people, and it's not like I'm part of them or I have like super 100% knowledge about it, but what I can say is, to answer your question, is that lots of foreigners, when they come to Japan, they would think, oh, it's like it comes from like movie or games, and people have lots of these images being like they are like the almighty and they rule the whole country, and it's like more than like a gangster and such things. But like what I can say is, yes, they are very powerful, and yes, there is different kinds of people, like groups in different kind of provinces or Tokyo or Osaka or wherever you go, there's this huge popularity of them. And I don't really want to go very deep or specific because it's just like private matter. But if you are interested, and with all due respect, I mean, if you want to see them, I can't be like, oh, you can go there and there and meet them, they're very friendly. I can't say those stuff. But if you are that interested and you want to know more about it, my suggestion is maybe you can go to one of those big we call it omatsuri, and it's one of those how does the closest thing that maybe describes omatsuri is like festival, summer festival, something like that. And since we have lots of temples, we have those kind of omatsuri in different places, and one of the omatsuri that I've been to is one in Asakusa that's super famous, and every year around May they have this omatsuri called Sanja Matsuri, and then that means they have, I think most of you have seen people wearing those it's kind of those happy is one of those. Okay, so kimono, what yukata is, the one that you wear on top. We have like the miniature version, and it's kind of like it signals you when you're in that omatsuri, and then people wear that, and then we call it fundoshi, and we wear that also. And then it's like this traditional clothes that you wear for that omatsuri, and then it's held in Asakusa. And if you go there around May, you can see people carrying mikoshi, and that's signal of like God here in Japan. And they say that most of the people who are related in that category will always have that omatsuri, and that area is very well known for that. And it's nothing scary or anything dangerous, because it's just like a regular festival that we have every year. But it's just that lots of, how do I say this, lots of people are very 関わってるって英語でなんて言うんでしたっけ？
Relation.
あ、そうです。Relationship. Sorry, my English and Japanese, they're both bad. Anyways, so people who are related are usually in that omatsuri, right? So just for curiosity or anything, if you go to Asakusa, maybe if you're lucky enough, you can see the real omatsuri, and they all the guys, sometimes women also carry that statue of Mikoshi, which is a symbol of God, and they go around the whole temple, the whole area, and then people will just like stop and cheer for them, or they give them like food or drinks, or it's just a really, really happy festival that we have. And that's one of the famous festivals that I think lots of foreigners go and watch, because it's very traditional and historical also. And if not, there's one more festival that we have every summer. It's called like Obon season, and I always explain Obon as like Holy Week in Japan, because it is like, it's not exactly like the same Holy Week that they have in the Philippines, but it's very similar. It's about the spirits coming back to us in that week, and we, everybody goes back to their hometown, everybody goes back to their family, and we welcome our ancestors, that's the spirit, to come back to where we are. And that's called the Holy Week that we have in Japan. And then usually in that week, that's summer in Japan, right? So we have lots of omatsuri everywhere, like any place you go, like every week, every weekends, we have that kind of omatsuri. And usually it's in temples, and of course, like in the beach houses that we also have that. And we have the beach houses here in Japan is very unique. Every beach house that we have, there's like different genre, but most of the people who are doing, for example, they're working for the beach houses, of course, because the people are behind it and they take care of everything. And when I was younger, like 10 years or more, I used to work at those beach houses, and of course back in the days it wasn't that strict, so all of our customers or guests or friends will come, and they have all their body tattooed, and I think it's part of art. And of course I have myself a tattoo in the back, so it just symbolizes of who we are. And every one of them, the arts are very detailed, and it's very, very, very historical, I think, because every character that they have in their body means something, and it symbolizes themselves, their life. So it's very, in a way, it's very like heavy, but then I think it shows how they've been through their life. And people like that won't tattoo themselves just random things. And I'm not saying getting tattooed randomly or whatever the character you like is not good. I'm just saying Japanese history is just like, we call it wabori, right? Japanese tattoo. It's just like so historical. It means so much to all of us. It's just like, it's super important. So now I think it's getting more strict. They are not letting people go to the beach houses without showing all of them. So you have to wear like supporters or like rash guards or everything like that. But before, when it wasn't that strict, or people have this wrong idea of them being very bad or dangerous. But I personally think before it was not like that. It was very peaceful. They are, I think, one of the smartest people here. And since people say that they already like rule the whole country, or they're like, dictators, I think that's wrong, because they are very smart. Yeah, sometimes they're troublesome, but that has to be with some kind of a reason. And it's just in Japan, it's just like you know, it's so normal. Sometimes it's very like frustrating when people who doesn't know about the history will just tell me like, oh, are you friends with them, or are you related to so and so, and do they really like chop their fingers, or are they really like, you know, easily killed or whatever. And it's just like all the image that they have from watching the movie. So I don't blame them, and I'm not saying that's not true, but there's always a reason to everything, and I'm not supporting that way. I'm not saying that's good, but it's just like I wish people would throw away that bad negative image, because if you're in trouble, or if you did something wrong, and if you get like, you know, something bad happens to you or whatever, it's just that at the end of the day, it's your fault that you're in trouble. I mean, the way to handle that is, of course, there's different ways, but I think they are one of those people who really, how do I say this? Very straightforward. They don't lie. They are just like very powerful in a good way. But now I think it really changed because of lots of mixed culture, I guess, and lots of different people from different places got into that culture, and everything's like crazy right now. So I don't know about right now, as in like now, but before, I can really say that it was one of the, in a way, Japan was very peace because of them, because they were like, you know, behind of all and taking care of everything. So when people will ask me that, oh, aren't you scared of them, or blah blah blah, it's like, not really, because you can really rely on them, and if you don't fuck things up, they won't mess with you. If it's just like that simple. So, you know, I hope the image will be a little bit like lighter or different in a way. So that's the answer to your question. Since I had so many questions, people asking me all the time, I thought it would be a good way to answer back now. And yeah, so I'm not saying if you come to Tokyo, walk around everywhere, you'll see them. But I'm just saying that if you are interested and if you want to learn more, maybe you could go to those places and you can see them. And just like, you know, people are like, you know, normal human beings. You just can't go up to them and like take pictures or poke at them. But if you want to really like, you know, be a part of it or know more about it, maybe it's good to go to those festivals and, you know, just chill and see them. And sometimes, you know, the culture generation changed. They're very, very, very open-hearted now. Like, so if you go up to them and see their tattoo and they're like, oh, I like your tattoo, can we take a picture? I've seen so many people be very happy and they're very proud of what they have, right? So they'll be like, oh yeah, take a picture, and then they'll just like take their clothes off, and then they're, you know, they'll help you take a picture of them, which is, I think, good, right? Because most of the people, they want to take pictures. So I think they're one of the friendliest people that you can meet. And yeah, so if you're interested, summertime is the time you should come to Japan and go to those festivals and beach houses. Yes, so you should check it out and have fun. So that was my Q&A, and I hope to see you guys again in my next video.